What is up? It's your boy, the Canologist. We're back with another episode of Code Study Session, OSRS, AFK training. So, we got to SQLC, we wrote down the notes. We now know that it's a Golang interface between the database and the application. So that means we could just run queries in Golang and not have to write them in SQL, which just makes it easier to run commands from the app. And I'm not opposed to that at all, actually. Install SQLC. So we'll do that here. There's a command line tool. It's not a package that we need to import. Using go install. Okay. Okay, we've installed it. Just gotta make sure that all this stuff is still working. Still going. It's a long install, it looks like. Okay, so that's installed. SQLC version. Okay, one sec. Let's just quickly bank up and then get another. Nice, version 1.3. Configure SQLC. You will always run the SQLC command from the root of your project. Okay, so that's there as well. Run the SQLC from the root of the project. Create a file called sqlc.yaml in the root project. Here's the version of his. Version 2. I've only got version 1.3. The fuck? Okay, let's create the we just do that through the terminal as well, so we just go touch. I like working in the terminal, it's just fun. Feels like the movies too, in a way. See, like if I go here now I have the SQLC YAML, then just paste, save. I don't know if this version will conflict. We're telling SQLC to look in the schema directory. Oh, okay, so this is how it does the intermediary commands. It already has a pre-configured way to access that schema library, like directory. So it goes to SQL schema, SQL queries, engine, PostgreSQL. We're telling SQLC to look in the schema directory for our structure. Schema structure. There's a lot of preparation work that's going on here, actually, now that I think about it. This is actually one of the harder parts of dev. It's setting up the environment correctly, and this involves a little bit of DevOps, which is why there's usually a specialist for this that just specializes in the setup and the infrastructure and all that, because your whole kind of job depends on this stuff working together and running. Otherwise, you can't query database, otherwise you can't run your application, servers need to be up. Users need to be able to access these servers, and this is a very important part of development that kind of gets overlooked. So keep in mind while you're doing things like these that it's good to have a base level understanding of what's going on. SQLC ignores down migrations. We're also telling to generate Go code in the internal database directory. Write a query to create a user inside the SQL queries directory. Okay, so we have to create a queries directory. And then I guess we run it from thing. SQL queries, not this. SQL queries directory. Okay, so then we're gonna go cd SQL mkdir queries directory. So now we should see a queries directory here. Create a file called users.sql. Okay, so then we just go touch users.sql. Write the query to create a user inside the SQL queries directory. Create a file called users.sql. Here's the format. Yeah, we'll move this guy in there into queries. Then we go users.sql, paste. Okay, so I'm still there. How many? Okay, so 2K, that's about, each row is about 7, 8 rows times 4, or 7 times 4 is 28. So 600 EXP times 3, so about 4 more inventories. And I'm the next level. You just gotta chip away at it, kinda. We'll be using UUIDs for ID values, so you can use the get gen random to generate a new UUID. Updated fields should be set to the current timestamp. In Postgres, you can use the now timestamp. So let me change the focus on me, because I want to look at ChatGPT and then see. Let's go back to here. Create a file called users.sql. Email, use $1 to represent the first parameter passed into the query. I don't completely get this, but is there some sort of Okay, so let's go to values. Okay, 1, 2, name bio. author's name, bio, authors, returning ID, values. We just go UID gen. Okay, so it's just a 1-to-1 ratio of everything here. So int foo values. So it kind of tells us what to put here in a way. Pretty much goes like this. This corresponds to the first one. Created at, we go now. Insert into, created at, we can go now. Updated at, we can go now. Email, we use $1. Create user 1. At the end of the query name tells SQLC we expect to get back a single row, the created user. Generate the Go code. SQLC generate from the root of your project should create a new package of Go code in the internal database. I think I have to create this internal database. That should be a hint. So now we go back up at top level, mkdir internal, cd internal, mkdir database, cd database, cd. This just means go up 2 levels. Clear. And then pretty much just run it. So now we can go run SQLC generate from the root folder. It now has this internal, it should have an internal thing. Oh, I'm in this SQL. Now we have an internal database folder. We have our queries and we have the schema. So now this is technically how the file structure should look. Now we go SQLC, but before that I want to check the thing. So it's going to run this. Output is an internal database. Input is an SQL thing. So notice how it's from the root folder. I also have to confirm that this version won't conflict with what I'm trying to do. Fine, let me just clear this. SQLC not installed. That makes no sense. Brew upgrade SQLC. That makes no sense. It's showing here. Oh, no need to downgrade to version 1. Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. One sec. Let me just check on my laundry real quick. Alright, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Looks like we're about to level up soon as well. So this will run, it looks like. So now I could technically do SQLC generate. That should be good. So let's try it. SQLC generate, okay. What does that do? Okay, so now it creates, as you can notice, database now has DB Go, models Go, users Go, and I think user SQL. User SQL here. So now it creates the model, creates this. You'll notice that the generated code relies on Google's UUID package. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And that's why we probably see a red error here. And that's the Google's GitHub Google UUID. That's the package. One sec, let me just quickly go down there. So we'll just have to run this. Go added. This should now get rid of the error. Perfect. Fucking beautiful. Import a PostgreSQL driver. Oh nice, we're at 66 smithing. We need to add and import a Postgres driver so our program knows how to talk to the database. Install it in your module. Okay. This is just another install. Perfect. Add this at the top of your main.go file. Okay. All we have to do is just follow the instructions, I guess, for the most part. But there's a lot of setup involved, so you don't want to mess anything up either. Import there's two import statements. So one of my least favorite things, you have to import the driver, but you don't use it directly anywhere in your code. The underscore tells Go that you're importing it for its side effects, not because you need to use it. Ah, okay. Let's go back. Well, we will continue this in the next. This is a longer video, so it's like there's a lot of setup involved. I don't want to make mistakes, so we'll continue in the next video. Peace. Like, comment, subscribe, leave your feedback below.